Hello everyone, thank you for joining me today. So today I'm going to make a card using the inverted corner rectangle dies, and I've made my own card base with one of the dies that I've cut out twice in some white card, scored along the top there, popped a bit of glue on and stuck them together, and that's given us our card base. Before we do anything else, I'm going to take one of the smaller dies that I've cut out in white, and I'm just going to do a bit of stamping on this. And I'm using, let's have a look, some scribbled hearts dies, and I'm going to use some shaded lilac distress oxide as well. And it's only a tiny little bit, and it's going to be in the background, so it doesn't matter too much that it's perfect. It just needs to have a little bit of colour, just for a little bit of interest on there. And just place it down like that, and then just give it a press. Like so. That's perfect for what I want. Just put that to one side for a minute, give my stamp a quick clean, and pop that away again so that I don't lose it. And then also, while I've got the distress oxide out, I've actually got some flowers. I've made some of the flowers already. These are they, but I've left one of the flowers to do now. So I've got the radiant petals, which are these ones, and these are the graceful petals. And I've just got a blending brush, and then all I'm going to do is just go around the edges with the shaded lilac. I do this now so that it has time to dry before we want to pop it on our card. And I'm just going to do that to this flower, not the lacy one. And when we put the flower together, you just see the beautiful lilac in the background. I think that's enough. I don't think I need any more. Pop the lid back on there, and then I'm going to bring in my mat for shaping my flower. So just turn them over. You can do this with the bone folder, which I do usually do. In fact, I think I will do that. Use the bone folder. Just going to hold it in the centre and bend it backwards ever so gently. It's going to be a little bit more pliable because it is slightly wet with the ink, so you just want to be careful that it doesn't tear and that you don't pull a petal off. Like that. I'll give my fingers a quick wipe because, as I say, that ink will be slightly wet. Give it a press down in the middle, and then I'm just going to pop a bit of glue in the centre, like that. You don't need very much. And I'm going to put this lacy one over the top, so they're the same shape petals. One's just a solid and one's not. So just go over the top, place that down, and then I'm going to put one on top of the other, and I'm just going to offset it a bit like that. down in the center, and then just while you've got the ball tool in the center, you can just lift that up a little bit. And then I want some pearls, don't I, for the center. So I've got these porcelain shimmer. I'm just going to pop in there. And I'm going to use my pickup tool to get the gem or the pearl, and then just place that in the center like that. And that's going to be our flower. That's pretty, isn't it? So I've got one this size, and then I've got 3 that are this size, and then I've got a few of the little magnificent tiny flowers as well. So they are already dry because I've done those previously. This one, just need to be a little bit careful of it when I'm using it because it won't be completely set. Okay, so just get this out of the way, and then I'm going to bring our card base back in. So I've got some Lavender Meadow. As I say, this is the next size down from the inverted corner rectangles, and I've got this on 1mm foam tape. So just going to put this together, and as I always say, if you want to keep it flat for posting, you can do that. I like the 1mm foam tape because it's not too raised, but it does give you a little bit of dimension. And as always, my glue stick on the top for wriggle room, like that, and just place that down when you're happy with the position. Just give it a little press like that. And then I've got the next size down in white, and I've embossed that with the 3D embossing folder, the leafy flourish. So that's going to go on there. So again, it's 1mm foam tape. You can see on the back of this card, this was a piece of card that I'd already stamped with the hearts, but I didn't like it, and I thought rather than waste it, I'm just going to turn it over and use the other side. Waste not, want not, as they say. And that's going to go on there like that. So it's a really simple layout like that. And then we have this one. Again, it's from the same set in the Lavender Meadow. I haven't actually put anything on here yet. I think what I might do, this one is going to go, I'll bring this one back in that we just stamped. That's going to go on there. I think I might glue this flat onto here. Yeah, let's do that now actually. Let's get my glue. I haven't got this up and ready. My glue press, my sweet petunia. I usually have this set up to the side of me, but I haven't got it ready, so hopefully it'll come through. Yeah, it is. So I had a bit of a problem with this before and it just kept clogging up, but I've given it a good clean. It seems to be okay now, so fingers crossed it keeps working, because that's quite handy. It does save me squeezing too hard with my hands. And I'm just going to pop that there like that. I'm just going to put it under something heavy just for a few moments, just to keep that flat. And if I show you of the other leaves that I've got these are which ones are these? Let me have a look. These are the Bountiful Berries, or some of the Bountiful Berries. And then I've also got some, let's see, Fanfare Fronds, I think these are called, in the lavender. And then I've got some, I forget what these are called, but they're ivy shaped leaves, aren't they? Even though they're not meant to be ivy. I think these are called Captivating Foliage, but I like it with the pierced, not the pierced, what's the word? The holes in the middle. So they're my foliage that I'm using. I've got a sentiment that I've already stamped out, and this white card here, this die cut, is actually the central panel of these inverted corner rectangles, and I think it's just perfect for a sentiment. This is from the Decorative Banners and Mini Sentiments set, and I've stamped that in Morning Mist, Versifying Clair. And then I've got a couple of Tatty Butterflies. I might not use them, but then again I might, so I've got them just in case. If I don't use them, I can use them again. That's fine. So let's get this back out. So move this in here. So that's going to go on there. So I think I am going to put that on some foam tape as well. So let's see. Grab a piece of double-sided. Where's my scissors gone? And we just want a bit down each side as well. And take the backing off. So with the inverted corner die sets, you've got the rectangles and the squares. But I'm just using the rectangles today. Pop this back in. Make sure my hearts are the right way up, and pop that down in the center like that, and press that down, and then we can start adding our flowers. Now, if you've seen me add flowers to cards before, I don't have a specific way that I do it. It is really just a case of playing and decide what I like and what I don't like. So yeah, we're just going to have a play. I think I might put some foliage down first. So let's see. Just move these out of the way for a moment. So we've got, oh, one of these has still got a bit in the center. Let's take that out with my pokey tool. So pop that up there and that down there maybe, so it's the whole length of the card. That would look nice, wouldn't it? Yeah, let's do that. So you can glue this down. In fact, I will actually. I'm going to glue this down with PVA glue, and I'm just going to put it down the stem. If this was a solid leaf, I'd put some on the back of the leaf, but it's not, so we want that about there. So even though we've stamped the centre bit, you're not going to see much of it, but I want it there just in case there are any gaps that you can see after we've arranged the flowers, and then it just then does give another little bit of interest, doesn't it? But that's why I wasn't too fussed about how the stamping turned out, because it is just going to be in the background. So that's going to go about there like that. Okay, liking that. And then I think we're going to need a couple to go either side. It's going to cut a bit off both of these. I'm not going to put them in yet because I want to see how far the flowers come out. I'll just be gentle with this one, as I say, because it won't be completely dry, but I want this to go in the center. So using my glue gel, some glue gel on the back, and pop that in the center like that. And then this one here, like that, like that. Yeah, like that. That's going to go there. This one here. I'll just lift that up, see if I've got that in the right, yeah, I have got that in the right place. Like that. So now I can put these leaves in, I think, because I know where the flowers are going to sit. So like that. And then this one under here. And then it all slowly comes together like this. I've got some more. Do I want that? I'm going to cut these leaves off individually. That's what I'm going to do, to give me more scope for inserting them into places, filling gaps. So this one, I think, is just going to go under there like that. This one I'm going to pop under there, and then I want this one to stick up here, just a little bit like that. Okay, and then we've got these berries. Where am I going to put the berries? Let's see. Do I want one that side or that side? I think this side. I'm just going to take a bit off the length. And put my glue gel on. Lift this flower up and he's going to go there. So then I want another one down here. So I'm going to lift this up and pop that under there, like that. Okay. To move that in a tiny bit. Yep, I like that. And then I've got these lilac-y lavender meadow ones. Fanfare fronds. Tuck that one in there. And then I think put another one down this end. Like that. Okay, I've got a third one, but I'm not going to put that in. So I've got these little diddy flowers that I'm going to pop in. So let's see, where are we going to go? Where are we going to go? Bit of glue gel. I think I'm going to put one up here, like that. And then another bit. And I'm going to put one down here, like that. These are such good little flowers. They're perfect little fillers. I think they just finish it off beautifully, I think. Let me get my tweezers to make it a little bit easier to hold. Pop it about there, like that. And then we're going to need another one on this side. Like that. How's that looking? Do I want this over here? I think I do actually. Just take some of the length off it. Just going to tuck that under there. Yeah. Let's have a look. Let's pick that up. Have a look. So I've got one more little flower that I might just tuck in up there. It's only a little diddy one. Tuck it there, like that. How's that looking? I'll just bring that up so you can see it close up. So I know you can't see so much of the stamped panel underneath on the camera, but with the naked eye you can see it, and it just draws your eyes in, gives it a bit more interest. I think that looks nice. That came together so quickly, didn't it? Really, really quickly. So we have our sentiment and we have two butterflies. I could put a butterfly down here and then another one up there. And then where would we put the sentiment? Here. Here. Or what if we put it down here? I don't put the butterfly there. Could do that, couldn't I? Let's see. could put it on top actually, couldn't I? Build it up that way. That would look quite nice, I think. But no, I don't want to cover up these beautiful flowers. I think they're too nice to cover up the flowers. But the sentiment at the top, up there, I do rather like it down at the bottom. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pop it down at the bottom. Now, I did put some foam tape on the back already, but I am just going to add, not for any more dimension, but just for quickness. Just going to stick that down there like that. Push it over. Ooh, push it over a little bit, not that much. Yeah, okay. Because it's got the glue gel on it, it is slip sliding a little bit, but that's okay. It will stick properly. Push that down. I'm moving it all because I'm moving the leaf. So bend that round a little bit, that's better. Okay, so now butterflies. Do we put one this side and then one here? I still like that position up there. Do we need the butterflies even? Yeah, I think I'm going to put that there. And it's better to do it while I think about it rather than hesitate and then I can't make up my mind. Yeah, okay. And then this little one is gonna go at the top up here like that. So how quick was that to put together? Really simple. So once you've got everything cut out, doesn't take long at all, and you've got a beautiful card that you've made yourself, a card base, so you don't have to purchase your own card bases. You can make a beautiful shaped card with the inverted corner dies, and I think that would be a beautiful card for somebody to receive. I love those colours too. What do you think? I hope you liked that. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. Really appreciate it. And leave me a comment. Is it too many flowers? What do you think? I don't think so. I love it. Let me know what you think. But thank you ever so much for watching today. I really do appreciate it. And I'll see you again really soon in my next video. Thank you. Bye for now.